Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. I would like to bait you into supporting my videos. It just takes a lot of time to make the videos I make. So the bait that I want to do is I want to do a video on Nietzsche's The Genealogy of Morals, and I want to say to you the three different ways that I think these are being done right now. I did receive an offer for a donation, which I haven't yet received or confirmed. I haven't even started the taping yet, but I'm about halfway through preparing the material. Here's what I find. I thought I want to do a super good one, and I'll go and prepare, and I'll go watch other videos about it. So I found three different types of videos on Nietzsche's The Genealogy of Morals. And the problem 10 years ago was there were none, so I had to get on and make these videos. Now there's a lot of them, so how can I not just add to a pile? So the three different types are, number one, like a university course, number two, like a lecture, and number three, just an audiobook. Right? So the university course, number one, they assume that you've read it. So they're sort of going over the material that you've read and explaining it. Number two, a sort of lecture where they don't know if you've read it or not, and you can go read it afterwards if you want to know more, but they're just telling you about it. And number three, an audiobook format where they just read the material. So I'm the fourth. I go through and edit the material, and I just as I'm reading it, I say, now what is clear? And then the stuff that doesn't fit that, I strike out. And then sometimes there are large patches of stuff that are sort of rambling, and you strike those out. And then you end up with pretty clear, concise stuff. So I'm reading to you from the author, and then we can stop and discuss it every few sentences and paragraphs and pages. We discuss things. So I'm a different format. I'm not just reading you every single sentence by sentence, regardless of how verbose and inane it may be. 150 years removed, some of these things not that interesting. So I cut out sometimes a page or two at a time and don't even sample a sentence in there, and then sometimes I read a page or two at a time without taking out a single word. And there's that mixture, and you have to go through the material with a fine-tooth comb, and it takes a lot of time and effort. So, if you want that type of video, it's also fun when I get on there and say Europe's collapsing, Brexit's going to fail. It's good. It's nice to have a laugh. But then to do a more serious video like Nietzsche or Aristotle, I want to get back to the works of Aristotle and finish his Ethics. These things that are not being done by anybody, so far as I can tell. And you have the occasional person who goes through and does talk about it, but they don't read enough of the stuff, and they talk too much about extraneous stuff. And I think a good objectivist treatment of some good heavy philosophical material is good and timely, even now today on YouTube with all the stuff that's available. You would probably get more out of listening to my treatment of the genealogy of morals than listening to all the audiobooks, lectures, and things, because I've listened to hours of it. And it's better to go through and read it with a fine-tooth comb. So, there we are. I'll try to leave a link. I'm on GoFundMe, more Mr. Cropper videos or something like that. I'll try to leave a link in this video and entice you to entice me to spend more time making videos, because